Hi, Dan D. Federicis from Saratoga Report, and I'm here with a special guest, Mateo Vosganian, the Director of Operations of Caffe Lena. Mateo, how are you doing on this crisp and cold, but soon to be nice, warm, beautiful Tuesday?
It's warming up slowly. I'm doing great, Dan. How are you?
Good, good. The warm weather always puts me in a good mood, and spring is here and summer's coming. Holy cow! A few blinks and we'll be there. Speaking of spring, Cafe Lena has so much going on. It can be 10 below outside, and you guys got things going on. But with this nice weather, and we're hoping we have nice weather in May, because you've got a very special event coming up, don't you?
Yeah, it's our 64th anniversary here on Phila Street in Saratoga, and we're celebrating by throwing our annual festival called Sing in the Streets, and we're just so excited for it. Sunday, May 19th.
Oh, that's great. And I was at it last year for part of it anyway, and I recall you had good weather then as well, and a lot going on there. Yeah, you've got several stages. Can you kind of paint the picture for us of a little more of what's going on there?
Yeah, so the idea with this is that we have 6 different stages around our little corridor of downtown Saratoga. And so this year we've worked with the city, and we're going to actually close off the Phila Street from Putnam to Henry. We're going to have a performance area out on the street. We're going to have, obviously, our Caffe Lena stage is a great stage to see music anytime. So that'll be a stage. Over at Ben and Jerry's, we'll have a stage, G. Willikers, and then the library terrace, and we'll have a truck, which is a beautiful 1950s truck that's going to be brought downtown. That's going to serve as our 6th stage, sort of a I don't know. It's just a really cool place to have a couple musicians in the bed of a pickup and playing music. So
Okay, and I hope I got my notes right here. I got a total of 14 bands. Is that correct?
14 bands. Yeah, we're swinging for the fences this year. We're trying to expand a little bit each year to reach more of our artists in the community, and we have a lot of traveling artists that want to come play the cafe, and this is a great way to introduce them to our community. So we got 14 acts, and we are pumped about it.
And right, and this is a family friendly event. Kids are more than welcome. I want to say outside there were even some dogs there. Is that right or no?
Oh
Is it
yeah,
like it's just kind of an outdoor festival for the most part, right?
yeah. Bring the whole gang. It's definitely family friendly. It's not a beer fueled environment. It's definitely a family friendly. Come down, have lunch at a local restaurant down on Phila Street, enjoy some live music, and visit the cafe. It's a great way for people that maybe haven't been inside the cafe to just pop in, see what it is we do up there, see how great it sounds, and then also experience the 5 other stages all around town.
That's a great piece of advice there because there's the cafe is so historic, and there's people that have not really been inside of it. And I had a friend who lives in town, and he didn't understand. He said we were looking for a place for lunch, and he said, "Well, we can meet at Cafe Lena." He goes, "You hang out there?" I said, "Yeah, but that's not a place you just show up for lunch. That's a venue." So, folks, it is so historic and pretty neat place to check out. That would be a great day to do. That's a great event. This is your 3rd annual. Sorry if you mentioned that already. And I remember being there last year. I don't know if I made it to the first one, but what a great outdoor event. And it signifies what Saratoga has always been, but more of what it's becoming. Like 20 years ago when I first moved here, there were opportunities like this. There were some music festivals. They used to have a June music festival, some sort of outdoor jazz fest, which was basically the bars had jazz bands and so forth. But this is much more because, like you said, it's family friendly. It's not alcohol, and it will be good for the kids, especially those that are you want to inspire. As you know, my daughter's taking music lessons at Cafe Lena, and I'm going to bring her there just for that purpose. Let her see the different instruments. Let that little mind start going, and then I'm going to enjoy it as well. Hey, Cafe Lena, like I said, it's always got things going. What's on your radar that are some interesting? Well, they're all interesting, but what's on your mind as far as some upcoming events that you may want to mention outside of Sing in the Streets?
Well, I do want to mention we do every Friday or every last Friday of the month. So coming up this Friday is our Captain Fun lunchtime listening hour, and this is a free event. You can bring a bag lunch. We serve coffee, and a different member of the community presents an hour of songs from our Captain Fun listening library over in our lobby, which is a collection of vinyl records left to us by Al McKinney, who was a great supporter of the cafe that passed away. And now we steward his records, and every month someone new comes in and chooses their songs. And that's just a really fun way to spend an afternoon with a bunch of people. But show-wise, there is no shortage of great stuff. We have Teresa Campbell coming, I think, around on what's the horse, the Belmont the Belmont weekend. So we got Teresa Campbell and Larry Williams. That's going to be just a great time. And there's Rachel Z is coming, the huge jazz act that plays rooms that are far bigger than ours. We're very lucky to have her. Her drummer Omar Hakim is awesome. And we do our open mics. We have kids open mics once a month. We do family friendly little folk shows once a month. Those are free to the community. I could go on and on, Dan.
Now, I know you're a musician, you're a drummer. Will you be, you're probably going to be too busy to actually play at this Sing in the Streets or anything upcoming. Are you going to be playing at that festival at all, or?
No, I will be playing the role of making sure all the wheels are still spinning. So I'm happy to just support other musicians and make sure this festival goes off without a hitch. Okay.
And you mentioned Friday's Captain Fun Listening Hour. You may have forgotten. I hosted that once, and I really enjoyed it immensely. It was a very fulfilling experience, especially knowing the story of the gentleman that died. Tell me his name again. I'm sorry.
Al McKinney, Captain Fun.
Yes, and he donated his records, and I my brother had just died, and my brother had some similarities to Al, and he had 1,000 albums in his apartment when he died, and so I have like a personal connection to it, and I played songs that I knew growing up. And this week, folks, Tom Demopoulos, I believe, from Saratoga Today, will be the host of the Captain Fun Listening Hour. And you can just, and Mateo mentioned, you could bring a brown bag lunch, sit there and eat your lunch, and listen to some really great music that you're probably not going to hear on any local radio stations, maybe a deep cut kind of satellite perhaps, but not on most commercial stations anyway. Most of the songs anyway. There are some, you'll recognize a lot of the songs in some cases, but so give it a try. Give it a try. Yeah. I think it's a free event. Maybe a donation is asked for. Is that correct? Or
yeah, you can donate at the door if you'd like. But it really speaks to how different people have different associations with certain music, and you get to hear a little bit about their life story and how they connect to others' art. And I think that's kind of what we're here to do, is to provide that sort of connection and music for people.
Excellent. Okay, Mateo. Hey, thanks for joining us. We got to do this again. We're going to try this live someday. How about that?
Sounds great. Anytime, Dan.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Mateo Vosganian, Caffe Lena. So one last time, folks, Sing in the Streets, May 19th, 12 to 4 p.m., family friendly. Come on down and enjoy Saratoga outdoors and indoors with 14 bands and 6 stages. That's terrific. Thanks, Mateo.
Thank you.